Hi. So before we end this whole course, the last thing which I want to talk about is sending the GraphQL queries with the fetch API. So I know, as I said, that I will be not taking the GraphQL Apollo client. So if you all know it, it's here. So Apollo client, you can use it if you are using React. But let's say if you are using use query or any other what I say query management system, or let's say you don't want to use Apollo client itself. So the thing here is, before I end this, let's start with one of the example, like how to get started. And yeah, so here are the three things which we really need is, so the first thing which you can see, the request needs to be sent using the post method. So, and the query and the variable need to be sent as the JSON object. So this is a JSON object which we will be sending, and there we will have the query and the variables. And yeah, we have to send the right headers, so basically which is nothing but application JSON. Now see, the thing here is, the main catch here is, you don't have to use any external libraries called Apollo client or any of them. The only thing you need is the fetch, in which I will be demonstrating here, or you can also use Axios for this. So this is where your doubts might clear, like why aren't we using all this time. But yeah, so let's get started with this. So I will try to use uh, here in the console itself. So the syntax for this is very easy, guys. So first is, we will use via fetch. So since our GraphQL is located at 4000 and method is at post, and header should also be specified. Now coming back to the query should be given inside a tilde. And let's say if you have a variable, you can give it inside the variable. Now what we do is, let's go to our Apollo server, and let's try to execute all of them one by one. So starting with a review query should result return all the list of reviews, and it doesn't require any variables. So we remove the variables part here, and inside the tilde, let's paste it here. And now let's see the results. So as you can see, we have got all the reviews of the in the response. Now let's see another scenario. In another scenario, let's say we have a review query where we do need uh, the ID of it. So to deal with this, also we have something called variables, as I mentioned. So variables, what it does is, variables, since my, it's not looking good, I do agree, but yeah, this is how things will look like. Yeah, now, yeah, so here I've given the reviews, and now let's define the query inside it. Okay, so well, we have given the ID in the variables separated by a small comma, which you can see. Now let's try to return it. As you can see, we get the final fantasy 7, which is nothing but of our ID 2. Now let's try some other thing also. Let's go with Apollo client. Now let's try to add the mutation. So for the mutation also, so one thing which I wanted to let you know, that it will be not mutation, it will be still query. But yeah, as you can see, once we have added the game, we get the response of GT5. So just a correction, guys. So it's query only, not mutation. Now let's see another query. So next, which we will be using, is called the delete game. Okay, so here also we will be using query, and inside the query we are defining the delete game method query, and here we will be passing the id of value 2. So here what we will do is, we will define the id of value 2, and now let's see the response. So as you can see, the game is deleted. So 1, 2 is not present, 3, 4, 5 rest all are present, even the gd5 is, which we added, is present. So all of them you can manage from your browser itself. So this will give you a nice view of that, yes, GraphQL is possible from the browser. So now I think developers, I think it's time to feel confident. So yeah, you can get started with the GraphQL. So hopefully, I hope you like this video. So if you really want the video on GraphQL, just do let me know in the comments below. I will love to read your comments. So see you in the next video, guys. Have a nice day.